Hey guys, this is Adam Weingarten. Hey, we're back with the 4 jobs of a player in our program. In the first 2 episodes, we talked about getting education and how important it is that a student and athlete are interconnected. That how you do in the classroom will always show up on the field. In part 2, we talked about the importance of being coachable, how that is what gives you the consistent process to be successful. And today we're going to talk about part 3, okay, the 3rd job of our program, which is to be a great teammate. This is probably the most controllable factor that everybody has to bring positive impact to a team. Speaking of a personal experience, I know what the value of the teammate means. I went to 3 high schools growing up and went to places all over the Southeast. And I can remember to this day when I walked in the locker room who made me feel welcomed and accepted and who judged me and made me feel like an outsider. But I also know that the power of a team is what made me feel connected when I knew nobody. And it gave me a feeling of significance within the school with teammates that cared about me and were able to compete together. I promise you this, people are going to remember how you make them feel long before they're going to remember what accolades you had, if you were All-State, All-American, if you signed with a prestigious school, or whatever you did from a performance value standpoint. They're going to remember you as a teammate first and foremost. People are going to find their most significance within the team and the most value personally with their relationships with each other. Think about it. Why do people play pickup basketball late into their 60s and 70s and even 80 years old? It's not just for the exercise. It's to go out there and feel like you have a feeling of significance competing with a group of people and feel relationships in a competitive environment. Team matters, okay? In our program, we try to provide as many opportunities as possible for our players to have those connections and have those relationships. Because in a 24-hour time frame, they're going to spend the most time with each other, either in each other's face personally, okay, or virtually through the text messaging, social media, all that kind of stuff, either face-to-face interaction, competing together, or like I said, through phones and that type thing, okay? So their messaging is going to be very, very key to how they can compete together, all right? And they're going, is it positive or is it negative? Is it upholding program standards or is it not? Is it pursuing the great relationships with their teammates? Is it pushing them and encouraging them to do better and make good decisions on and off the field? What is that? What is that messaging? So this is the facts. If teammates cannot feel comfortable around each other, confident, and be able to be who they are in the lunchroom, in the locker room, going out to eat at a fast food restaurant together, how will they ever be able to do that, breaking the huddle and running a play together? It's virtually impossible. Football is a game that is made for adverse situations, and adversity is when relationships are formed. If they can't do that off the field, they can't do that in a calm setting, they're never going to be able to do it and compete at a high level together. They may be able to do it against people that they should beat or games that may be easy to them, but in the great games and the high competition games where we got to be our best, they will ultimately fail. Teams that are close, that have great chemistry, they're going to perform together, and as facts show that you're going to play at a higher level together for each other than you ever would just for yourself. So provide those opportunities through team meals, competitions, team activities, retreats, anything that we can come up with that allows them to be together and have those relationships is very, very important for us. We always tell them, what you do together off the field is way more important than anything us as coaches will do with you on the field. Because at the end of the day, you will be competing together. And so we tell them, what are some things that you can do to help each other? How should you be a teammate? We have a program here called CARE. It stands for Caring Assistance, Realizing Excellence. And in an exercise several years ago, we told our older guys they all had to explain what is one time in your life that you had somebody do something for you that made you feel valued. And all their answers revolved around 3 different things, okay? The first one was somebody that genuinely held them accountable. And what we mean by genuine accountability is this: they held them accountable to help them be better, not for their own personal gain. A lot of times people hold people accountable for selfish reasons because if this guy does this, it really just helps me. But people that held them accountable only for their good, okay? The second thing was this: anybody that sacrificed time for them, gave up time to take them somewhere, to talk to them, to do something with them. And the last thing was listening for understanding. They came to them with a problem and they were open ears to help them. Now as teammates, we can do the same thing. We can listen to understand. We can sacrifice time. If a teammate needs a ride home, that 10 minutes you spend in that car to take them home may be the most valuable 10 minutes you spend all season. Because I guarantee you this, the next day when you come to the locker room, there's going to be an immediate connection that, hey, this guy sacrificed to help me out in a time of need. I promise you that will be there. And the last thing is that we can hold each other accountable for the right reasons. Okay, that's upholding the team's standards, personal standards, helping people be their best, not letting people fail. Okay, a lot of times you see people let people fail just so it makes somebody else look good. That's not what we can have on a team. That's not being a great teammate, and that's not genuine accountability. Now, we also tell our players this: if we say that accountability is ultimately one of our love languages, then we have to be somebody that accepts it. We have to be someone that accepts somebody that is helping us and not buck the system. That's not being a good teammate on your part. We also tell our guys this, is that being a bad teammate will get you out of our program. Being a great teammate will excel you, but being a bad teammate won't. We're not going to accept people that are disrespectful, issues in the locker room, and they become a cancer within our program, okay? Great teammates are also the word relentless. We always use the word relentless in how we play, of playing fast and physical and all those characteristics we need in football. But relentless applies to us off the field as well. We have to be relentless in our relationships with our teammates. If a guy's in need, we need to help them. That means you're aware of the people around you. You care so much about your team that you're aware of who they are and how they normally behave. So for instance, if you come in the locker room and a guy normally talks a lot and he is all of a sudden quiet for long periods of time, there's obviously something going on. There's obviously something on his mind. So be a great teammate. Go over there and talk to him. Ask him how he's doing. Try to help him. Great teammates are relentless in coaching each other, helping each other be better, coming up here on extra time after practice to work with each other on their craft. Help a player that is struggling on the field. They're relentless in coaching each other. That is really, really, really important. They're also relentless about this, is upholding the standards of our program, okay, and supporting the coaches within the locker room. Great teams and great teammates have natural leaders that are bought into the mission of the program. That's why we have a leadership council in our program that we talk about issues and we address things for our entire team. So being a great teammate is a really, really key component. You've got to have a great education. You've got to come to school every day ready to get better, because you have a great day in school, you have a great day on the field. You've got to come with a teachable spirit so you can learn from your staff. And the last thing you got to have a mindset that you're going to be about people other than yourself. Be about your team and your teammates. That way, when you step in that huddle and you come out to compete, you are one strong unit. You're like a fist balled up, ready to go into action. Guys, that's it for today. Thank you so much for listening. Next time, we're going to talk about the fourth job, which is to compete for a larger purpose. Hey, remember, you're born to be special. You guys take care.